I remember, dude, when everybody wanted to be on the major labels. And even at early on, he was like, no, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good.
I seen all the movies. Have you ever seen The Five Heartbeats?
Oh my God.
Big Red.
That's my favorite movie,
you feel
brother.
me? Like, shout out to Robert Townsend, by the way. That's a Chirac legend.
Hey man, my man's there. When you had to repeat the office hours back to him,
It's a thing though. Like, I grew up watching all these movies and watching TLCs behind the music and stuff. And I don't know that we learn, especially as a people, enough from these these are real life tales.
But it can't happen to us. That's what we usually think.
We think that we're different or that like they're over exaggerating. But I think it's just I was blessed enough to see certain successes along because I never try and tell the story like I wasn't looking for a deal.
Right. Of course, especially then.
Yeah, when I put out 10 Day, I was flying to New York and LA every other week, and it just got too expensive to keep having lawyers look over contracts that were only worth $100,000, $200,000 for 6 albums. Like, they were predatory deals. Not to say that because it was me, but just because of the system.
That's you were looking at standards pretty much.
And I was lucky enough to get, fatigued by the amount of money that it was costing just to read these contracts, to the point that I was like, look, don't send me no more contracts until after my next project drops, until after ASAP comes out. And then I was blessed enough to get brought on tour by my dear friend Mac Miller, and that changed my life. And that changed my life and basically put me in a position to be like, okay, I've seen this many crowds in 3,000 capacity rooms. I'm selling my merch. Now I'm about to go on my own headline and tour and gross this much money. They're smaller rooms, they're 500 to 800 person rooms, but
intentional for you.
And that's me. You know what I'm saying? And once you get through all that, then you start to say, okay, I understand like where my power lies, where I'm gonna make my money at, and all these things. And there's still like obstacles that come across or come along that it's tough to deal with as an independent artist. So I never try and tell people like it's just this sweet thing. But it's like, if you really love music and you love going person to person and having that connection, and you love performing and you love even interviews, like I like sitting and talking to you. So if you don't like this stuff, then it's kind of harder, I think. It's way harder. But like these are the kind of things I'm into. I like being on SNL and being, a person that's like,
job on that
thanks,
too.
man. I'm a funny nigga.
Yeah, you are. No, you good. But in a major way, bro, you killed SNL,
Thank
bro.
you, man. I'm trying to get back on there. Tell Lauren I got these CDs.